that, the high command on the panel, Tehseen, speaks for the party he represents. Tehseen.
Yes. How do I become high command? I am no command. But listen, there are two issues out here. I do agree that very important questions and responsibility needs to be put on the BJP and the government at hand. One, starting from promising when demonetization would end terrorism, to how did 300 kgs of material to build explosives, Haji Rangesh साहब, please, वो RDX नहीं था. At least जब हम debate पे हम factual बातें करें, let's not sound wrong.
भटक गए थे हाजी रंगरेज साहब. Facts से भटक गए थे.
Any facts. 3,000 kgs of material to build explosive, 360 kgs of ammonium nitrate reached. We must ask these questions. Number two, how the repeated intelligence failure beat Pulwama, Pathankot, Pahalgam, or what happened in Delhi? But at the same time, it will be wrong if we don't praise the Jammu and Kashmir police, including that SP, that stopped what would have been a catastrophe in India. On the basis of mere posters of Jaish-e-Mohammed, the man started an investigation. How many SPs do we know who actually did that? Followed it up to Faridabad. The Haryana police got involved. The IV got involved. We should thank the first responders, the ambulance, etc., who actually risked their lives.
No, Tehseen, I'm glad you said that. No, but I want you to take a position on what Mr. Chidambaram said.
Look, the test is simple. Let me just keep the test simple rather than taking names. Let's assume, hypothetically, Pakistan decided to remove a law like CAA and said all the Muslims who are unfortunate in India or who have been crushed or oppressed in India can move to Pakistan, because the idea is that oppressed people are committing these acts of terror. How many Indian Muslims would go? The answer is zero. So the fact is no Indian Muslim is oppressed. Stop trying to represent Islam or Kashmir and trying to justify this violence.
Okay. So 1 minute. Here's another test. It's a, straighter, simpler test. Is Mr. Chidambaram wrong when he says circumstances, etc.?
Anyone who attributes circumstances to terror or says these are misguided youth, my only request is let's guide these youth to where they need to go. That is the 72.
Let's seek some guidance of the doctor here. Dr. Ranganathan.
Good evening, Pranesh, and good evening to my fellow panelists. It's a very informative discussion. Let me add something to it. Quote, suicide bombing is a martyrdom operation and it is known in Islam. Dr. Umar un-Nabi, Red Fort suicide bomber. He's right. Quote, never say those who martyred in the cause of Allah are dead. They are alive and with Allah and are being looked after. Unquote. 2154, 3169. By the time I end, I know I will be accused of 4 crimes. Misinterpretation, miscontextualizing, whataboutery, and finally non-believer ignorance. Never mind. Look, Pranesh, there are 2 things you need to understand. Number 1, there is no such thing as radical Islam. If I read and follow chapter and verse of the book Biochemistry by Leninger, do I become a radical scientist? Or if I memorize the Sebastian textbook of surgery, would you call me a radical surgeon? The essence of azan amplified through the loudspeaker 5 times a day is, quote, no one has the right to be worshipped but Allah 4062. Do not take disbelievers as friends unless they convert 489. Those who disbelieve in our verses, we will drive them into a fire 456. Fight against those who do not believe in Allah. Fight them until they give the jizya while they are humble 929. And that often publicized verse 532 publicized here as well. That Islam preaches peace because Quran says, if you kill one human, you kill entire humanity. Well, that is a conditional order for Jews. And the very next verse, 533, describes the awful punishment for them if they don't follow it. Look, a practicing Muslim who believes in the Sharia and every single word that there is in the Holy Quran is a good Muslim. While a Muslim who drinks, fornicates, indulges in idle talk or music, supports Muslim women who reject the burqa, draws a portrait of whoever he wishes to, marries a non-Muslim, is homosexual, gives equal share of inheritance to females, and is fine with his all fellow Muslims being all of the above, is a bad Muslim. Allah has defined just who is a good Muslim, 33, 36, 3132, 82, 49, 15. And every single time the apologists cringe at violence or retribution being ordered, they bring out the excuse of context or interpretation in order to hide the true meaning. In fact, it is the Muslims who are Islamophobic. They fear Islam. They fear to bring out the orders and the commandments of their holy book in its entirety on Jews, Christians, polytheists, homosexuality, apostasy, heresy, dress code, wife beating, blasphemy, because they fear being called illiberal and hypocrites. So they end up condemning and branding as radicals the Muslims who are faithfully following the fundamentals.
Right.
They snare the fundamentalists but spare the fundamentals. Dr. Umar Nabi is following the fundamentals. Look, Pranesh, very simple. The disbelievers of that time, polytheists, Christians, Jews, homosexuals, apostates, were seen to possess certain characteristics. And it is these characteristics that are condemned and ordered to be punished in the Holy Book. The orders are not for non-believers of that time. They are for anyone who possesses their characteristics for all time. It is specious, is it not, to claim orders that apply to non-believers are meant only for non-believers of that time, but orders that apply to believers or Muslims are meant for Muslims for today's time? Look, second, very simply, terrorism has no religion. Sure. That is why terrorists check the ID cards of tourists, pulled their pants down to confirm, asked them to recite the kalma and killed only non-Muslims. When we refuse to accept that terror has a religion, Pranesh, we believe that atrocities against 500,000 Kashmiri Hindus didn't happen, that thousands never attended funerals of terrorists, that ISIS flags were never unfurled in Jamia Masjid, that Nadimag massacre where 23 Kashmiri Hindus were lined up and shot never happened. We believe that Girija Tiku, who was raped and cleaved into two by a mechanical saw while she was alive, is a lie. BK Ganju, who hid inside a rice barrel and was shot dead, is a lie. All those slogans raised from mosque, Relif, Galif, Salif, dead to Kafirs, all lies. Finally, 10 seconds. And as long as we believe these are all lies, we are sprouting thousands of doctors like Muzammil and Shahina and Umar who have only one reason to live: death.